not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm not even independent, as far as I can tell, because I still suffer from their paternal natures. It's not the best of all possible worlds. It could be better. But because I don't want to see it get worse, I'm standing here kind of appreciating the normalcy once again when we could hate them all. I mean, nobody ever liked the government, and suddenly one side didn't change and the other loved it. Disdain in an argument with love, it's my opinion, love should always lose. If you've got enough on one side to the other, it's an emotive quality. It's animalistic. Nothing wrong with being a bit of an animal every once in a while. However, you do not want to set up society based on the mentality of an animal. It'll eat itself alive. It will eat its own tail. Or Ouroboros. When I see some guy, they're making a big deal out of it, this Lucas Kuntz in Missouri. Number 2 state for me to say fuck is Missouri. Number 1 is fuck Texas. Missouri, tell you the truth, the highways were bad when I was riding through on a motorcycle and potholes everywhere. I'm going through Kansas City, right through the fucking, you'd think they had their fucking freeways put together. This was in about 2001, so they might have gotten them together by now. But and you got tandem gravel trucks rolling sideways and fucking potholes, and you're on a motorcycle trying to avoid potholes, and there's a truck fucking trailer going like this, and it's like, and you stop in the gas station and you see a Downy and he's just standing there. No, that's more humanoid than I expected. He's good at his job. And so, okay, a little bit of Downey, and then you fucking talk to people, and they're talking about people in other states saying they're assholes when you stop at the next fucking rest stop. And you're like, you're pretty fucked up yourself, and you get the fuck out of there. I mean, you know, so we're talking about Missouri right now. However, everything I ever hear about Missouri, they didn't have anything in with the Civil War. They were just there in the middle. And so this guy says they are a battleground state. He says he doesn't hear too many people that believe that it is. But they are a battleground state. And if they are right there in the middle, and they're really only interested in what it is, how their lives are better and worse, they're not picking one side over the other. They're picking the side that supports them. I'm like, that's actually pretty good. You really are. You may be the last bastion of fucking what they're calling democracy. And so yeah. And I hear this guy talk, and he's running Democrat, and he's saying he's had 13 years in the Marines, which I was thinking about it. I know a lot of Marines have to sign up for 6 to begin with, so I thought maybe it goes 6 and then another 4-year re-enlistment and then another 3. That would put you at 13 years, and you just say, I've had enough. There are other things I'm going to do in my life. But he served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was out there doing something, even if it was just taking pictures of dead people. You know, he was out there. And he's a Democrat. And people like to think that military veterans are going to be Republican and all this. I don't know why. Because we like guns. Liking guns is not enough to make you a Republican. There are a lot of other things they could be offering you. I'd rather have a fucking abortion than a Derringer. Derringer is fucking useless. It's my Second Amendment right. At least abortion has a purpose. Abortion saves a life. A Derringer takes one in a poker game. But I like the way he thinks. Just because he's a Democrat doesn't mean that he's all fucking, you know, he's running Democrat. When I was in the military, I did get an honorable discharge. I don't know if I talk about that often enough, but just in case you wonder, never even had an Article 15. Close. Case dismissed more than once. I seem to remember them telling us we weren't even supposed to vote. And I wonder if this was a dream now, because sometimes in so many of these dreams I have, when I look into it and talk to people that were there at the same time, I find out I'm right. It's not a dream. It's real. And I remember them telling us we weren't supposed to vote for president in '88 because we weren't supposed to be voting for our boss. We are supposed to be listening to our boss when he gives orders. Something like that. I've never cared one way or the other. And I think that's probably what's coming through with this Kuntz guy. He doesn't care one way or the other. He just wants things to be right. Don't think that he would support me. Just no. Everybody's got their ideas of what's right. And, well, if it works better for more people than just you, that works out pretty well. At least I do that. I like to take everybody's considerations into consideration before I make a decision about what I'm going to do. Stet pro ration voluntas, let my will stand for a reason. For a reason. So maybe it's time we start paying a little more attention to Missouri. Paying attention to the people that are running it. Because, well, you know, it's easy enough to say. The people that run it can ruin it. Don't look so much at somebody's political side. I know it's easy to do right now because it's pretty important to do. when you're looking at the things somebody's saying and then they turn around the next day and fucking do something else completely. But you really have to fucking look at the person before you listen to their words.